Hello everyone, this is Shilabhi and welcome back to my YouTube channel, that is my book tip channel, The Caffeinated Reader. So today's video is a recommendation video. I'm going to recommend you some books which are written by women writers, that is 8 books written by women writers, and this would be covering almost all aspects of study. I will try to cover up all aspects of study, so in case I miss them out, don't worry, I will be coming with the next video sometime later of all the aspects that will be missed out. So yes guys, since it is going to be a long video, without any further delay, let's get started into today's video. So the first book that I am going to recommend you is an autobiography by Anne Frank. The Diary of a Young Girl by Anne Frank. Now I don't need to introduce her in a different way. She doesn't need an introduction. We all know who she is. She was a teenage girl who was a hostage of the Nazi Germany attacks, of the Holocaust and all that things, and this book is a diary which she wrote for 2 years, and which after Otto Frank, her father, after the war, when he got the diary of his daughter, he made it into a book so that it continues to give people the message and the scenarios what happened during the Holocaust. So yes, this book, I am recommending this book for the reason that beginners can also read this book. It is the words are actually pretty good and pretty simple, and it's kind of fluid kind of thing. It's nice, and there are times you will be heartbroken, and there are times you will be laughing while your stomach is hurting. So yes, this book is that kind of, do check it out, and it's very good book. Any kind of people can read it to gain inspiration of living gratefully and gracefully in this world. So yes, the first book is from the autobiography section, and this is The Diary of a Young Girl by Anne Frank. Now, the second book that I want to recommend all of you is again an autobiography, and that is The Last Girl, My Story of Captivity and My Fight Against the Islamic State by Nadia Muradi. Now, Nadia Murad is she was a victim of the ISIS attacks, and she actually was sold as a slave. She was sold multiple times. She was brutally tortured physically, mentally, emotionally, in every way you can imagine. And how she survived and how she escaped from those attacks, it's the journey, she says, the beginning of her life before the ISIS began attacks, the calm, peaceful life she used to live in, how she used to be so happy and cheerful in her local village with her simple people, doing all the simple village stuffs, and how it was a comfortable life, and how her whole world tumbled down after the ISIS captured her villages, and how she faced the brutalities and the barbarism of these people, and how she was tortured mentally, emotionally, physically, in every way. She was stripped of her humanity, and she was humiliated like anything. She talks about all this and how she found peace again, and how she found a way of life again after all the circumstances were against her, and how she escaped all of that. So yes, that is all about her story, The Last Girl, My Story of Captivity and My Fight Against the Islamic State. She is currently a human rights activist, and she is an inspiration to many women out there who face tortures mentally, physically, emotionally. She has inspired many, and she is a young girl, and she has done so much for her community and women all over the world. It's really a remarkable and a remarkable incident, to be very honest. So yes, the second book I want to recommend you is The Last Girl, My Story of Captivity and My Fight Against the Islamic State. Coming to my third recommendation, the book I want to recommend you is a coming of age story, and it is The Nine Chambered Heart by Janice Perriott. Now this book is a very beautiful, what can I say, it's like a breath of fresh air. It's that kind of a book, and I was so awed with the writing style of Janice Perriott. She has got this incredible style of writing with a smooth flow that will make you float, and at the same time there is so much depth to the writing style, and I was very much pleased to know that she is an Indian writer and a poet. So this book deals with the compendium of shifting perspectives. the storyline is there is one woman who has loved 9 men, or if in other words I need to say it is that there are 9 men who loved a common woman, and on the basis of that 9 men's perspective her character is analyzed here, her incidents are told, and every bit is discussed, and each one has got to say something different. There is one person to whom she has loved like a saint, and there is another person to whom she has been a butcher. So it's a very beautiful story. If you are not reading it, you cannot imagine what you are missing out of. So yes, do read it. It's not a very thick one. It's kind of 200 to 250 pages book, so it's a light read and it's very smooth and very fluid. You will definitely love it, trust me. So the third recommendation is The Nine-Chambered Heart by Janice Perrett. Now coming to the fourth book is an essay, and mind you, when I say essay, is not the typical boring kind of things. It's a smooth understanding and it's a very strong understanding of the subject. So the fourth book is We Should All Be Feminist by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. And I won't say much about this book because I have already talked about it in my August wrap-up video. So in case you haven't seen it, go and check it out in my channel. So this book is not a bogus depiction of what feminism is, and it doesn't preach you about bogus concepts and nonsense concepts. It tells you very beautifully what feminism is actually like and why men and women together should be feminists. It is not Neha Dhupia's conception of it's her choice and that she can have 5 boyfriends. No.
सुन मेरी बात, it's her choice.
It's not like that anything. Here she gives you a real life situation why it's necessary that everybody, irrespective of men and women, should be feminist and what actually feminism is. So in case you want to know more about this book, you can check out my August wrap up video, and yes, in my Goodreads account also I have rated it, so you can check it out there. So yes, the fourth book is We Should All Be Feminist by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. Now coming to the fifth book. The fifth book is a young adult fiction, and it is All the Bright Places by Jennifer Niven. I can actually spot like 10 to 15 people in a crowd, like in a community of bibliophiles who love it so much. It's a very popular book and it's very beautiful and a poignant story of love and tragedy. It's a very beautiful book. It will show you what love is, and it will show you what loss is, and it will actually show you that love is not always the union of two people. It is rising one people and then the grounding oneself to the earth. And I cannot actually explain it to you unless you read it. It's a very beautiful story, and I will just say one line from this book which I actually love, and that is here both the girl and boy have some kind of mental stress and anxiety issues. So one day when the boy, that is Theodore Finch, was feeling very depressed, he just quoted it down before self-harming himself that not today because she smiled at me. And I cannot explain to you the feeling when you read the way both of them carried each other in spite of their own hardships, and both of them embraced each other's flaws and each other's virtues, and they continued their path, and no matter their own hindrances to their own self, they loved each other so thoroughly. The ending is gonna make you cry, honestly, because the ending is something you never expected or you'd never want for both Violet and Theodore, and that's the worst part, and at the same time it's a beautiful part. It will show you how you can make one person fly with your love and still be the way you are. It's a very poignant tale, and yes, that's my fifth recommendation, All the Bright Places by Jennifer Niven. Fun fact, this book is based on her own life story, so you can imagine what she dealt with when you read the book, and she's such a strong woman. Hats off to her that she had the courage to pen it all down. So the fifth book, All the Bright Places by Jennifer Niven. Now coming to my sixth recommendation. My sixth recommendation is a short story, and If I need to say about short stories, Rabindranath Tagore and Nazrul Islam, these are two prominent writers of Bengali literature, and I can just suggest you ample amounts of their writings, and these are so marvelous. But since I just cannot make you confused in their writings, I will suggest one short story, and that is The Hen Who Dreamed She Could Fly by Sunbai Wang. And this is a Korean short story which was translated to English, and it was a best-selling book in its time. It was in around 2000s it was published, and it's a very beautiful and poignant story. It shows that motherhood, the feeling of motherhood and the instinct of motherhood is the same in the human world and the animal world, and how the line merges in between of feelings and compassion and sympathy and all the beautiful emotions we can hold. Here the protagonist, if we need to say, is a hen, and how she loves the child of another animal with the same care, same warmth, same emotion that she would have loved her own child, that is the chicks and all. And that's a very mesmerizing story. It shows the lines getting blurred in between the emotions present in the equal amount in the animal world, and sometimes even more in them. It's a definitely must read. It's a very short story. It's about 80 to 90 pages depending upon your font scale and page margins and everything of that ebook format. It's on that basis, and it's a very beautiful story. Just do read it. You will marvel at the brilliance the author is put in while writing the emotions. Now coming back to the seventh book's genre is a thriller, and we all know thriller has its subcategories. There can be psychological thriller, law thrill, and criminal thriller, many other things. But I'm gonna recommend you a thriller of Tess Gerritsen. She is a brilliant writer when it comes to psychological thriller and medical thrillers, criminal thrillers also. And I personally love her thriller books because they are spine-chilling one, and they kind of give you the goosebumps kind of feeling. And I will recommend you two books or one book. Okay, let me recommend one, otherwise you will get confused. The Apprentice, you can go it, or The Vanish, whatever you like. I recommend you two only. The Vanish, to be precise. The Vanish, you can read it, and you can read any of her books. They are so awesome. You will love her. She is by profession a doctor, I guess. She is from the medical community, and her writing style is so in depth with the medical community bearings, and it's mesmerizing. You know, she is a brilliant writer when it comes to thriller. So the seventh book is The Vanish by Tess Gerritsen. Now coming to the last, that is the 8th recommendation of mine, is the classic recommendation, or the recommendation from the classic literature. And I know there are plenty of beautiful writers who penned tremendous emotions during that age, but to be very honest, I'm not acquainted with all of them, and I feel it would be a disrespect to them if I just comment a name and without reading them just say a name that won't do justice to them. So I would be saying one name which I am very familiar with. I have read one book of her, A Room of One's Own by Virginia Woolf. And she doesn't need an introduction. She is a radical mindset. She is a headstrong woman of her age, and mind you, when I say headstrong, headstrong means a breath of fresh air. Headstrong, a woman who has got the guts to pen down her emotions in a patriarchal society which doesn't give rights to express your emotions. And in that situation, she kind of gave out all she felt and all she wanted the world to hear, and that's a really strong mindset. And yes, from the classic literature, I would want to recommend you Virginia Woolf. Read any of her books and it is going to inspire you nonetheless. So yes guys, from my 8th recommendation was A Room of One's Own by Virginia Woolf. Okay, since this was 8 book recommendation, I kind of felt that I'm missing out one aspect in my knowledge here, and that is entrepreneurship. And I personally didn't go through this genre till now because I'm a student of economics itself, but since I have so many things to do about this aspect of business and finance and marketing, I kind of don't get time to explore another aspect of it because academic stress is more. So I kind of googled it and I found one book which is very good, a woman writer, and that is Lean In, Women, the Work and the Life They Lead, or kind of the Women, the Work and the Will to Lead. Sorry, Women, the Work and the Will to Lead. And I felt it's very beautiful because all the reviews I have read is very awesome. So I know, because many of my friends love entrepreneurship, they want to make a career of entrepreneurship, business and all that things, and I know for a fact that you subscribers are also, some of you will also be there who would love to explore this field. So yes guys, it's for all you people and everyone out there who would like to know more about this. I honestly felt that I covered almost every aspect of
2 hours later.
Topics we can think of, but in case I have missed out any, do comment it in my comment box below. I would try to bring out good books from there if I have read, and if I have not read, I will give you assured and guaranteed good books which are reviewed and rated by people. So yes guys, that was all about today's video. So now it's time for the positive quote of today, and the positive quote of today is, "Don't grieve, anything you lose comes round in another form," by Jalaluddin Rumi. And Rumi is a person who transcends reality. He is a metaphysical reality. He doesn't have an existence of human. He is an emotion. He is a feeling. He is a feeling, to be very precise. Whatever he says is a beautiful amalgamation of peace and happiness and solace. And so when he says, we all know that don't grieve, whatever you lose, universe pays you back in one way or the another. And grieving doesn't actually help you, it reduces you of your energy and everything. But if you are honest to yourself, if you are honest to the cause or anything like that, the universe will pay you back in one way or the another. So yes, that was the positive quote of today. So guys, if you have liked my video, do like it, comment what you liked and what you didn't like, what I should change and what more you would like to see from me. Share it, because share with anybody who would be wanting to see this video or would be interested to see it. Share it with your friends, your family, your close ones, near and dear ones, everyone. Subscribe to my channel because I post every week and you might be wanting to see more. So yes, that was all for today. Like, comment, share, subscribe to all the things that is necessary to make me and make my channel grow. Till the next time, bye bye.